Good morning. Today is a big day, kind of. We are meeting with a new provider to potentially join Kyle's team and help him on this healing journey and getting to a place where he can be no evidence of disease. And this provider is a nutritionist, but also specializes in genetics and all the things. So we're really looking forward to meeting with her. But we both did not sleep very well at all last night. So after said meeting, we're probably going to take it really slow and really gently. But we were thinking we have not been on one single walk since we've been home, and we usually walk every single day, but it's just been a little hard because Kyle doesn't have as much energy, and also his eyes are just so sensitive as part of how he's handling recovering from healing from brain surgery. So the light is really intense on his eyes. He's wearing sunglasses all the time, but it just seems to be a lot for him and can cause his eyes to just feel really strained and then cause a headache. So trying to avoid that, but we're thinking today finally get outside, which feels exciting, but moving slowly and just feeling really excited for what this session's gonna look like. It's on telehealth, which is great. We don't have to leave our house and gotta get the day going. Okay, well, yesterday did not go how I planned. We did go for a walk, but after our call, Kyle and I were just literally exhausted because it was so much information to take in. We were both just like, we need to chill and like digest because wow. We met with a nutritionist, but she is so much more than a nutritionist, so much so that was like literally the smallest portion of our whole conversation. She has been specializing in brain cancer and brain tumors for a couple decades, and she just has so much insight, so much knowledge, so much intrigue and learning and discovering things, and so many connections to so many different providers across the country. Literally, my mind is blown, and it's opening up so many new paths of possibility for what this next chapter brings. Her biggest suggestions are just building up a really robust team of people to just have in our corner who are creative, out of the box thinkers, and I really feel like we are building that. She recommended one doctor out of, I believe, California, who specializes in this gamma knife surgery to potentially remove this tumor in the cerebellum, which is inoperable because this is a way that's non-invasive. They don't have to open you up, that they're able to get these tumors to go away. So we're going to look into that. She also highly recommended us looking into the vaccines that are being created in Germany for brain tumors. So they take your tumor tissue and they create a very specific customized vaccine for you using your own tissue, and what they're collecting and what they see would be the best way to treat you. We got that ball started because it's something that's been of deep interest, because the information and studies coming out are profound. Like, it is very much working. It is just very, very cost prohibitive, like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and it's not covered by insurance because you're going out of the country to receive this, but it's so promising. And now that we have fresh tissue sample because the tumor was removed from Kyle's brain, it opens up the possibility that we could do that. So we've gotten that ball started, in contact with the company in Germany. So we have to fill out all this information and send in a bunch of Kyle's documents to see if he would even be eligible. But then she shared so many incredible insights with us. She said it is so fascinating that Kyle had developed meningitis just 2 weeks after his brain surgery in 2016, because there is some interesting data coming out that those who develop meningitis after a brain surgery and survived tend to have a longer survival rate. That's the way I digested that, and my mind is blown. Because how? Her belief is that it's because, one, they're pumping you with so many antibiotics, and so it might be killing off some of these things that are weakening the immune system to cause the cancer to develop. And also the idea that you now have this infection in your brain, and so all of your immune fighting cells are going to your brain where they have been lagging to go and fight because again, the tumor was developed there. And then you get all of them on board to go to the brain to fight this new infection, and they're able to like clear up some things. So that was wildly encouraging, and we've never heard anyone say that to us. She also really believes that Kyle has a lot of viral load in his body, why he developed shingles last year, and potentially why this is happening, having a weakened immune system from just having too much of a viral load in the body. So we're doing a stool sample to test his microbiome and see if there is certain bacteria, parasites in the body, and then she will treat him if there is. And if there are parasites, she just has a standard practice that she treats the whole family for the parasite, so that if he has it, it's very likely that I have it, and that we can just get rid of it, because if he gets rid of it and I still have it, we can just give it back and forth to each other, and that kind of defeats the purpose. She did say if we also had pets, we would have to also treat them. So she did tell us that her recommendation, until we can find out what's going on and get him to a place in healing, in that place we should hold off on getting a dog, which is a blow, because we were really considering getting a dog fairly soon since we lost ours back in March. We've been deeply missing having a dog, but that was insightful to hear. And she's like, you do what you want, but that would be my recommendation. There was just so much thrown at us, and I'm missing so much of it. And it was wildly insightful. It was encouraging. It gave us so much hope. And she was just the greatest wealth of knowledge. And I just feel so grateful to have landed in her care and to have her on our team, because I think it's going to open up so much possibility. She also, I'm remembering, wants to run some other genetic testing that is even more in depth and see, you know, what was hereditary, what was all of these things, and how can we help turn these genes on and off, and making sure we're allowing the body to heal in the way that it needs to by seeing what is at play so we can really help target it. She also highly recommended that Kyle stay on, I think it's an antiviral, it's called valcyclovir, which he had to take in conjunction with the Tipsovo. That's like their standard practice. And she was like, do not go off of that, because that's also helping to minimize your viral load, which I had no idea. And like, I was thinking, okay, he's gonna go off of this. So that is encouraging and super good to know. It was just, again, eye-opening. Our brains are exploding with information. I can't wait to see the write-up that she sends in the next day or two with all of her recommendations, all of her referrals, and get all of those balls rolling. We are definitely going to be going and getting more opinions, speaking with people, and just determining, do we want them on our team? She was like, now is the time to do it, because you have time. Like, even though Kyle's not taking a chemotherapy, he is receiving treatment by having the gamma tiles in his brain. So this like opens up this new possibility of, you can have this window of exploring and be in a calm state of mind and make clear, intentional decisions on the people you want on your team, and not from a place of emotion. And that was just like very encouraging and very validating to hear. So my mind's gonna explode. There's so much happening. So much possibility is about to shift. And it's just filling us with even more hope of what's possible. And we will keep moving forward, keep asking questions, keep exploring, and keep advocating, because it keeps leading us in this path of finding the most incredible providers, the most incredible information. And may this be a reminder that you have agency over your care. You are the boss. No one else is the boss. You're the team leader, not your oncologist, not your doctor, whatever, whoever it is. You are the lead member. You and your loved one are in charge. And this is just proof of that. Keep seeking answers, keep asking questions. Speaking of brains exploding from all of it, we gotta go get Kyle's stitches out of his head, which is so exciting. And it feels like a really exciting next step. It's all happening. Let's go do it. What are we doing?
Getting my stitches out.
How you feeling, boy?
I feel good.
Yeah, let's see those stitches. Ooh. Well, today took a turn. Kyle got his stitches out, which is really great. He does have a little sore on his head that isn't struggling to heal. It's been there since the day of surgery. That it was like a nick that was made when they were resecting the tumor. So they're keeping an eye on that. We have to go back next week to see the neurosurgical team, which is who removed his stitches, his neurosurgical team here in Colorado. But the day took a very quick turn because we were explaining to the PA and to the neurosurgeon the pathology that we had gotten back, and that it was an astrocytoma, a reoccurrent astrocytoma with an IDH mutation, stage 4. And we were talking, going through the motion, and then the neurosurgeon said, okay, Eric, if you can take out his stitches, I'm going to take Rachel and we're going to go schedule something. I was like, okay, grab my phone and go with him. And he was like, so Kyle has a glioblastoma. It is stage 4 astrocytoma is a glioblastoma, which is very confusing because his pathology reports this as an astrocytoma. His surgeon who removed his tumor said it was an astrocytoma, and not one person had called it a glioblastoma. So I was like, but that doesn't make sense. That's not what we were told. And he's like, every stage 4 astrocytoma is a glioblastoma. There are different variants of how aggressive the glioblastomas are dependent on if they have these IDH mutations. And if you have an IDH mutation, your survival, your prognosis is more favorable. But it's confusing because they're calling it an IDH mutation, like recurrent, but when you read further down on the pathology, it says it's testing negative for an IDH mutation. So we're not sure. We spoke with the surgical team in Arizona to clarify, because I was like, maybe there's just like a miscommunication and they're the ones that actually have the report. They're the ones that saw the tumor. Maybe they can better clarify. And Kyle, in fact, has a glioblastoma, which is...
It's all gone.
It's just hard to hear that.
It's all gone. Oh, yeah, it's hard to hear that, but it's all gone. It's all gone.
And it makes me worried, though, because there is the tumor in the cerebellum. We don't know what it is. We can't get tissue from it to test because of where it is. We can't resect it because of where it is. And so it's unclear. And when we spoke with the team in Arizona just a moment ago, they said... it is possible that it's a different grade. That's very possible. But we tend to find that the tumors that are in that part of the brain tend to be more aggressive.
It's shrinking.
It has shown marginal shrinking. It's been fairly stable for a while. So that is like one thing on our side.
Yeah.
We're still very much waiting for the full pathology report to come back from this company called Caris. They do a very in-depth look at all the mutations and everything that we could possibly know, and they'll give recommendations of drugs and if there's any trials available. But that can take like several months to get back is what he said, so we are waiting. And that will kind of paint a better picture of what this tumor really is doing, but...
they get it all out.
Yeah. The last video I said, it's great, it hasn't become a glioblastoma. But it has. I know you feel fine, and I know that it's gone, but like, I feel the sadness and the fear and the worry hearing that it is that. And I have to feel that, and it's just so acutely present because we literally just found out moments ago.
Yeah.
So that was not what we were expecting for today and how this day to unfold. Yes, we're still hopeful from everything we took away from seeing this new provider yesterday. And it really puts a fire under my butt to get everything in order to send for this vaccine in Germany and hope that that becomes a possibility. The hope that we can raise the funds to make that happen if he is eligible, because it's showing such great promise with GBMs, and that's what Kyle has. So How are you so calm and unbothered by that?
Because I've been doing it for 20 years.
Is there a part of you that just feels like my tumor said just 20 years and you and that feels very certain to you, like it's not coming back?
Yes. I don't know, actually. Yeah, of course I do. I don't know.
Well, that makes me nervous. So, yeah. Okay. I don't know how to end this. It just feels like a really heavy heart. And I don't have all the hope that I started the day with.
It's all gone.
But it's all gone.
Yes.
And I'll feel my feelings so that the hope can come back. And that's where we're at.
It's all gone.
Yeah. It's all gone.
Just, it's all gone.